War. The rivalry between Hellas and Persia has reignited after the eruption of the Macedonians into the region, and the Greeks have been united under you, Alexander of Macedon. You have dauntlessly marched into Asia Minor and are now surrounded by your enemies. Although they are numerous, they are disorganized, uncoordinated, and cowardly. No match for your disciplined forces. Seize the initiative and defeat them individually before they can prepare their defenses. Victory in this campaign will etch your name into the pages of history for eternity.
And with that, I welcome you to our last episode in the Glory of Greece campaign. Our objectives are clear. We have to defeat all of our enemies, or we have to destroy the wonders that they attempt to build, and we have to construct a wonder of our own in the flagged area in Egypt. And it is getting hinted that we have to be as efficient as possible in this round, and that we're not supposed to waste time on attacking targets that are not going to bring us any closer to victory. And before we now begin with the fight, I have to say thank you, because we have just recently reached 200 subscribers. Honestly, this is a massive milestone. Thank you so much. And here we are on the battlefield. We have a timer running because some of our enemies have actually been able to construct a wonder immediately. And we have to make sure that we can destroy that before this becomes a massive problem. Let's make sure we get some of our peasants out so that we figure out what we can do. Because as I see it right now, we do not really need to hurry so much. We have this target down here that we have to destroy. We have still a couple time before this timer is going to run out. So let's prepare our forces. My plan would be that we are getting a couple peasants out, that we are trying to get some siege weapons if possible, and that we are going to rush down this wonder. We have a lot of resources down here. And as it looks like, we are going to need some siege weapons so that we can get through those guard towers. We have berry bushes over here. Let's quickly get some people to scout. Maybe we can find some gold somewhere. Okay, we have stone, we have gold. And we have enough stuff for a storage pit. We are getting attacked. Let's get our guys down. And as soon as we have the resources, we are going to get us a siege workshop. Then we should have the option to quickly annihilate that wonder. And then we have to make sure that we get 1,000 of each resource so that we can completely annihilate our enemy. Okay, our siege workshop is built. We currently need some more wood, but we are going to have our first ballista out within a short while. I'm also going to scout ahead a little bit to make sure that we cannot get rear flanked. And within an instant, we should be prepared to finally knock down the first wonder. And then we should also be soon ready to get our own stuff up. Okay, it looks like here is a way that the enemy could exploit to get into our rear. So let us close down this strait. We finally have a catapult out. It should hopefully be big enough to reach the enemy. and to destroy this tower without getting itself killed, because unfortunately our ballistae are not. Let's quickly scout out. We are running out of time. The enemy has a stone thrower down here. And the enemy is still able to hit us. Okay, I do not care anymore. Let's rush anyone in. Make sure that we can open up the gates of the enemy. And create a pathway for us to enter. We have to make sure that we are not getting hit by the enemy stones. And we are finally through the wall. Let's order everyone to attack the Wander so that we can get through here. And as it appears like we are going to be in a bit of a crossfire, let's just hope we can destroy the Wander as quickly as possible, because we are running out of time. Let's also get an academy up. Or better two, so that we have the option to replace our losses. After that we're going to ignore whatever is going down here. Wonderful, enemy Wander is destroyed. Let's get everyone back. And now we will have to grind out our economy until we have 1,000 of every piece. And then we should pretty much be golden. Okay, our first milestone has been achieved. We have gathered enough gold. We have also almost gathered enough stone. So let's plop down a new... Oh, well, we cannot afford a new storage pit right now. Let's get all of these guys to cutting wood. And once all of these guys are done with the stone, they're also going to cut down wood. We need a couple more guys on the production of food, but not a lot. Okay, this is enough. For the moment, we need wood and lots of it, because I want to build up a couple fishing boats, and then later we need heavy transports, because it looks like we can sail down here and build the Wander without having to fight through all of our enemies. And with that, we have reached the next milestone. We have over 1,000 food, and we now also have over 1,000 wood. I am going to keep our production running for a short while, because we quickly have to get down and secure our landing site. But as soon as we have secured it, I'm going to get all of our people down and load up these ships. Let's just hope we are not going to get attacked in the meantime. But of course I say that and we are immediately getting attacked. Let's just hope we can kill this guy off. We cannot kill this guy off. We need some more people. Luckily our production is still running. We can afford that. In the meantime, our boats are going down, and we are hopefully soon going to make a landfall and stop the enemy invasion. Our ships have almost made it. We need a little bit more gold because we had to train some soldiers. But I'm sure we should be able to recover quickly. Our guys are getting attacked by this tower. Let's quickly get everyone on the task. Destroy those towers, guys. And these ships I'm going to immediately send home. The first guard tower is down, now we have to focus on that one. Our resources are back to the way they should be. And as soon as our ships are here, we're going to send the first group of workers down. Now let's quickly make sure we have secured all of this area. And then a victory is at hand. We still have some more production capacity, we have more wood reserve, so let's quickly get some more down, because I don't know how long these ships are going to take. And then we can get even more of our people down there at once. Our ships are arriving, let's make sure we get everyone off their workplace. And we have to get all of them on the ships. Loading up all of these transport took a little while, but now we are ready to sail. This ship is empty. It is hanging back because I was wondering if I have forgotten someone. But it looks like we actually do not need this last boat. So let's sink it so that we can get some more people ready. We currently have 43 out of the 50 people that we can have at maximum population. And I plan to build up another town center as soon as we are down there. And to then build up the wonder and spam out as many people as we can. We have a large amount of resources. And looks like we still have, yes, we have down here still 2 people gathering food for us. They can continue to do so in case that we have some casualties. And the first ship is here. Let's quickly get our swarm of people unloaded. We are going to plop down a new town center. Where is it? And now that the town center is constructed, we will begin the construction of our wonder. Everyone is here. I'm sure that the enemy is also soon going to arrive. And now it is time to get as many workers out as we can possibly fit in here. And if we get rid of the guys that are wounded most and of these guys that we do not no longer need, we can even get a couple more people out. It is now only a matter of a couple minutes until this construction site is finished and we have won the game. It has been a surprisingly easy mission. I was expecting a lot more pressure from the enemy, but we were able to finish this one relatively easy. And I'm not complaining about that. And with these few last hammer swings, we are done. And with that we have received a small Steam achievement, and we can see that we have the second strongest military and the second strongest economy in the game. And we are also the 3rd place in technology, but we have the highest score overall. When we take a look at the military, we have killed over 20 enemies, we have razed 8 buildings, and we took 22 losses. But I'm sure that a lot of these losses are self-inflicted because I had to delete some units to get more villages out. We have also collected the most gold, and we almost had the highest villager count. I am going to skip over religion and technology because nothing really has happened. And when we take a look at the timeline, we can see that there has been mostly a stagnation across all of these nations. But at the end, we were still the strongest faction.
The disorganized, fragmented Persians were no match for your tactical genius. Despite being in the heart of enemy territory and vastly outnumbered, your armies have succeeded again and again, while the Persians flee and regroup for a final and almost certainly futile stand. Nearly a century and a half prior, Hellas stood on the brink of domination by the invading Persians. Now your armies will surely conquer the weak Persians and move on to rule all of Asia.
And with that, it is time to take a quick look at the history of Alexander the Great. In the decades following the return of Xenophon to Hellas in 399 BCE, the various city-states continued their intercanine struggle for supremacy. The powerful Spartans were brought low at Eleuthera in 371 BCE by the Thebans, who briefly enjoyed their dominant position before being challenged by the Athenian-Spartan alliance at Mantinea in 362 BCE. The regional balance of power remained in a peaceful status quo for a time, but a near-perpetual warfare had weakened the city-states considerably. A new power rose to the north in Macedonia to fill this vacuum. King Philip of Macedon made substantial strides in the development of Hellenistic battle strategies and tactics, combining the traditional core of heavy infantry with light skirmishing troops, as well as potent light and heavy cavalry forces. The Macedonian phalanx, a troop formation, surrounded by corps of pelters, javelin throwers, hypaspists, shield-bearing spearmen, slingers, hurling stones and lead pellets, prodromi, light cavalry and elite companion cavalry, soon claimed mastery over most of Hellas. Following his assassination in 336 BCE, Philip was succeeded as king of Macedon by his son Alexander, who would later be known as the Great, and widely regarded as one of history's most capable tacticians and charismatic commanders. After a brief series of campaigns in which he crushed local revolts and solidified his control over Hellas, Alexander's army crossed the Dardanelles and pushed into the great Achaemenid Persian Empire, winning a decisive victory at the Battle of Granicus River in 334 BCE. The Persians were utterly stunned by the capability of the young leader. Alexander's army knifed through Asia Minor and into the heart of the Achaemenid Empire, winning a decisive victory at Issus in 333 BCE, and conducting a series of successful sieges. The most notable of these was at Tyre, a siege that involved the construction of a massive causeway allowing the Macedonians to seize the island city. A series of victories followed, most prominently at Gaugamela in 331 BCE. Soon all of Persia was beneath his heel. This series of conquests ushered in an age of prosperity, marked by the flow of Hellenistic ideas into Alexander's new dominions, and vice versa, creating a legacy that would last for centuries. And with this, the Glory of Greece campaign has come to a close. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and I thank you all for watching. If you want to see more of Age of Empires 1, please feel free to let me know. But this has to be it for now. Until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.